Welcome. This is Back to the Bins. I'm your host, Mr. B. This is your first time here. Thanks so much for joining me. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. This is a comic collecting show. I am all about collecting comics. I'm recently back into it. I got to do an origin story so you can find out how I'm back after 30 years, and I don't need to keep telling you at the beginning of every video that it's been 30 years, but I do like to collect comics. I collect new comics, I collect Silver Age, I got back issues, I love digging through the dollar bins for all the great goodies that are there, and it's just a fantastic hobby. I got a great LCS, all kinds of great people coming through there, all kinds of great books, and this video today is going to be my FOC video for last week. I know that most of you have probably already gone through your books from last week and are highly anticipating this week's books. But, you know, as a collector, as somebody who's really digging through the bins, I am a little bit behind, and that's just the way things are. So hopefully you're okay with seeing some books you may have already read, but this is just my adventures. If you're new to the hobby, if you're back into it after a long time, maybe you're just looking for some guidance. I'm not an expert, but I am somebody who's doing the same thing as you are, digging through the bins. That's what's fun. So let's do that. Let's take a look at what we got for this FOC. And I want to let you know that if you're watching these videos, I am constantly changing how they look. I really don't want to just do some test videos and then waste it all. So I'm just going every day or every week making these videos. I think we're getting close to figuring out how we want it to look exactly, so bear with me, but let's take a look right over here as we get into the FOC. Alright, so like I said, this is an FOC video, and here we go with number one, as we do it in alphabetical order. This is Archie and Friends Hot Rod Racing number one. Not really an Archie collector, but I couldn't say no because I love cars. I'm not a car person. I don't like work on cars or anything like that, but I love them aesthetically. I think cars just can look absolutely amazing. This is real car culture stuff here. Hot Rod and, you know, an old, well, I guess Archie's old car, you know, souped up. I love it. This is also an all-new lead story introducing Daisy Thunder, so this is a first appearance right here. Not entirely sure if I'm going to read it. Just really like the cover, and as a cover collector, that's what you do sometimes. So that's that. Okay, then we get into some Marvel stuff. Here we go. This is the Avengers number 12. This is the A cover done by Stuart Immonen. I am ending my run here at number 12, so a full year's worth. What's the legacy number on this one? 778? Is that what that says? 778. It's been a good title. Been liking it. Well, hopefully you
hear
enjoyed
people are
all of those
saying a few odd
books.
things about
It was
this
a great
particular
FOC, a lot of great
issue.
covers.
Oh no, that's
Got
Captain
some great
America.
stuff
We'll
from
get to
the,
that yet.
dollar bins,
Yeah, this has
back
been a good
issue
run.
bins, a really great
I'm just
time.
done with
I think
it.
If you're not
I like the
digging when you
idea
get
of
to the LCS,
going a full
you're
year,
just
seeing
picking
where the
up
story
your
goes.
books.
I've
What are you
enjoyed it,
doing?
but I did really like this
Test the
series
waters
of
a little bit. There's always room for
covers.
for a bit
This
more,
is
isn't
a
there? I
variant
think
cover,
there
the
is.
Corey Smith
Anyway, thank you so much for
foreshadow
joining me today. Please
connecting
like, comment,
variant.
and subscribe. I'd love to hear what you picked up.
Love
I'd love
that.
to hear what you're looking
And,
for.
I am a
anything
big
like that. Let me know
Scarlet Witch
in the comments
fan,
below, and
so I had
we'll
to
see
get
you next time.
this.
It's another
This
FOC
is
video. Probably
same
some bonus
issue, but
videos
the
as well.
Lucas
Still
Wernick
got, a lot of
Stormbreakers
stuff
variant.
From the big comic sale a
That
few
looks
weeks
great.
ago, as well
Pretty
as
cool.
I got to go through the DC stuff from then as well. I know that I've also
ends
got
the run of the
some other
Avengers,
stuff I need
but
to
it
go
doesn't
through.
stop me
So
from getting
plenty of
Avengers Twilight,
of,
which is probably
books
one
for
of
you
the
to take a
best
look at.
books,
And
if
until
not
then,
the best book of the year.
comics are
This
good.
is issue number 3. This is the second printing by Alex Ross. I have the first printing. I'm not collecting the Alex Ross covers. I'm actually collecting the Acuna covers, and I just couldn't resist this one, though. I do love this giant size Miss Marvel. Looks fantastic. And a fantastic story. My goodness. And now here we go. Switching over to DC. Beautiful cover right here. This is Batman number 146, Del Auto cardstock variant. I am just collecting this Batman series for the covers. I want to be going straight up to 150. I don't know if you've noticed, but beside the painting on the wall, I have issue 125, the first issue that Chip Zdarsky took over. So I'm going to do 25 issues of that. Just because I think Del Auto. There's just been some amazing covers, a lot of them done by Del Auto. Speaking of great covers, I love this. This is Birds of Prey number 8. This is the A cover done by Leonardo Romero, and he is easily one of my favorite artists. It's neat to get back into the hobby and be introduced to so many great artists out there, and this is an artist who is doing old school stuff. Like, does this not look 60s or 70s to you? It's just beautiful. I love it. It's just great artwork, and I'm loving this Birds of Prey book. But this too, all things must pass, and after a full year, 12 issues, I'm going to say goodbye to this title. But this, so far, number 8, got a few more to go. This is the Jim Lee Artist Spotlight cardstock variant. In reading Birds of Prey, I was never really into DC as a teenager, but I needed to give DC some space and some room, and to explore it a little bit. And Birds of Prey has become one of my favorite comics, and Big Barda has become one of my favorite characters. I think she's just fantastic. I love her connection to the 1960s. Should Wikipedia her if you are unaware of who she's based on. Another one of my great favorite superheroes, Captain America. This is number 8, the Torrin Clark cover. This is just the A cover. This has been a great book. I'm going to end this one too at 12 issues. In reading reviews on this particular issue, it seems like it's really taken a turn in a strange way. I could see where it was coming from in the last issue. So I think it's going a bit more supernatural, which isn't bad. I want to see Captain America punching Nazis, Anyway, I've been collecting these Greg and Tim Hildebrandt variants. This is the Marvel Masterpieces 3 variant, of course. Great Captain America cover. Just iconic. Celebrating the 4th of July, I'm sure. I love it. It's fantastic. And the dollar bins, always good to check your local dollar bins. Got this one. This is Classic X-Men number 45. This is a Steve Little cover. This is a reprint of Uncanny X-Men number 139. And if you're looking to collect X-Men on the cheap, because those early issues are rather expensive and harder to find, Classic X-Men is the thing for you, especially if you're interested in reading the books. And I only have real experience in the cartoon from like 1994. I'm not even watching X-Men 97 right now. But I have a passing interest in the mutants based on that cartoon experience. And once I've gotten the whole run, I will dig in to all of this Classic X-Men. I love that. It's great. Here's a great comic, kind of a bit of a surprise. I wasn't sure if I was going to actually dig it. I just knew that I wanted to give it a shot, and it's been pretty good. This is Crashdown. This is number 3. That's a Tyler Crickham variant. Of course, comic Tom Garcia, Ryan Sargent, Ben Temple-Smith. This is released on Massive and whatnot. This has been a fun book. This is a bit more of a science fiction take on the TV show Lost, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. And I like where this is going, and I hope that this issue is going to be just as good as the first 2. It's been really fun, and some great variants. Been trying to collect the entire run of Excalibur, because it's easy to collect. I think there's 125 issues, and so I'm collecting it. It's easy to get from the dollar bins, of course. This is Excalibur number 28. This is a Colleen Doran and Brett Blevins cover. This was released in September of 1990. Cool stuff. Got this one as well, number 29. This is from October of 1990. That's a Chris Wozniak cover. Cool stuff there. Looking forward to reading this as well once I've got the run. That's the problem. I look at this as sort of books when I'm not getting them as they come out, like every month or bi-weekly. I want to read the whole thing at once, so that's my objective here. This is Excalibur number 30 from October of 1990. Al Milgrom and Dave Ross cover. That is a fantastic cover. I love that. Lovers Quarrel. Yeah, I bet. Couldn't find 31 in the dollar bins, but I found 32. 31 was in the back issue bins. That's a great Nightcrawler cover, but 32 right here is from December of 1990. This is a Steve Little cover again. He was also responsible for our Classic X-Men cover, so doing the rounds on the mutant books. Here we've got Excalibur number 33 from January of 1991. Steve Little once again doing the rounds on Excalibur. Pretty cool. Nightcrawler seems to be at the forefront of a lot of these Excalibur issues, which is cool. Here we've got number 34, and once again, we got Nightcrawler. It's cool. That is issue 34 from February of 1991. Steve Little cover once again. And number 35. Steve Little took some time off because this is Al Milgrom and Dave Ross once again. This is from March of 1991. Oh, to be 14 again. I guess I was still 13. Would have been turning 14 in April. And here's issue number 37 from May. I guess I couldn't find... I didn't find the issue from April. But number 37, May of 91. Mark Badger cover. Like that. Got some Doctor Doom again. He's going to be a hot commodity once he's introduced to the MCU. That's going to be great. Speaking of the MCU, and I'm always collecting Fantastic Four, trying to get the run from 200 to 400. This kind of smack dab in the middle. Fantastic Four number 332 from November of 1989. That's a Rich Buckler and Joe Sinnott cover. Love that. Was supposed to get this from an online sale at the LCS during the sale, but they made a mistake and I got 302, so I had that instead, and then I picked this one up late last week for the FOC. Of course, that was from the back issue bins, and I dug into the dollar bins. Of course, had to, couldn't say no to these dollar bin scores, and this is a title I'm trying to collect as well. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is number 37 from July of 1992. That's an MC Wyman cover, I believe. I love that. Big fan of Nick Fury. I love him. I love him in the Howling Commandos as well. And did you read the Capwolf series that came out earlier this year? That was cool. Neat to see Sergeant Fury in there in the Howling Commandos. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., number 39 from September of 1992. And I think this is a Don Hudson cover. Getting that information was difficult on some of these issues. There it is, right there. I could have just looked in the corner. Don Hudson. Spider-Man celebrating his 30th anniversary. Man. Anyway, back to the FOC. This ends this particular series. This is Robotech Rick Hunter, number 4. This is a Grego variant cover. These have been hard, or slowly coming down the pipeline. I would have liked to have been able to read them a little bit more quickly, but it's been a good book. I was a big fan of Robotech when I was a kid. I think I was watching it when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I was a big Star Wars fan. Robotech seemed to kind of satiate me when there was nothing else out there that was Star Wars, and I really liked it, and it was great to see this come out as a book. Kind of fueled that nostalgia as well as the continuing interest in Robotech. This has been one of my favorite titles as well. This is definitely a superhero that I love after not really digging into DC, but discovering Shazam, wanting to find out about him because I knew that he was, a golden age character. This is Shazam number 10. Ricardo Lopez Ortiz cardstock variant, and this has been a fun book. The creative team has switched on this one, and I'm going to go for 12 issues here as well, just because I guess I am a little bit leery about the change, but I just figure we'll move on. We'll find some other superheroes. Can always come back to Shazam, but of course, you got to choose your foils wisely, and I think I did a good one here. This is number 10 as well. This is the Miguel Mercado foil variant, and my goodness, that is beautiful. Should almost just see if I can get that slabbed because it is just gorgeous. That is something, that's how you do foil right. I said before in the haul video that a lot of the times the image gets washed out, but here it's still just beautiful. You can see everything so perfectly. I love it. It's just gorgeous. And I am a Star Wars fan, love it, always have, always will, but I don't read the comics, but when I saw this cover, I had to get it. This is Star Wars number 45, this is a Steven Segovia cover, and come on, you got a Stormtrooper, Boba Fett, Lando, and I actually hear the story is really good too, but just from a cover, I mean, I collect the figures. Stormtroopers, if you're an army builder, Stormtroopers are the way to go. They just look amazing, and so does this cover. That's fantastic. Well, that is everything, folks. So, let's head back. Well, hopefully you enjoyed all of those fantastic books. It was a great FOC, a lot of great covers. Got some great stuff from the dollar bins and the back issue bins. A really great time. I think if you're not digging when you get to the LCS, if you're just picking up your books, what are you doing? You gotta test the waters a little bit. There's always room for a bit more, isn't there? I think there is. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear what you picked up. I'd love to hear what you're looking for, any runs, anything like that. Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time with another FOC video. Probably some bonus videos as well. Still got a lot of stuff from the big comic sale a few weeks ago, as well as I got to go through the DC stuff from them as well. I know that I've also got some other stuff I need to go through, so plenty of books for you to take a look at. And until then, comics are good.